How many views has Trusted Photo garnered for their clients on Google?
Wow, that's a very...
I know this.
2 million.
1,300,000.
Everybody's at the record hop, rockin' at the record hop. If I'm rockin' at the record hop, baby, rockin' at the record hop. If I'm rockin' at the record hop, baby, rollin' at the record hop, rockin' and rollin'.
Hello, welcome to one more episode of Through the Funnel. Today we're here with Kenna and our guest speaker,
Daniel. So Daniel's the owner of Trusted Photo, a company that focuses on virtual tours. He was one of the first 35 Google trusted photographers in the US and the first in Colorado. He's also an award-winning photographer, and he's here with us today. Daniel Holton, how are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm well.
Good. Is there anything else I missed?
Gosh, just saying I focus just on virtual tours might be a little narrow.
Yeah.
You know, I do virtual tours. I do immersive media creation, which encompasses virtual tours, 360 video creation. I'm a professional still photographer. I've been one for 20 years. So, you know, a lot longer than just virtual tours have been around. So I've been, like you said, one of the first Google trusted photographers in the nation, and worked in that for the last 8 years.
You're also certified drone pilot, right?
I do have my Part 107 certification.
Nice.
Been flying drones for the past 2 years. That kind of leads out. Early on in my career, I worked as an aerial photographer. I used to fly out of Cessnas and taking photos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You used to do that?
Before drones were around?
That sounds super cool.
Yeah. So.
That's the way I would do it right now. I prefer doing it that way than getting a drone, you know? But
Yeah, getting up there and being able to see what you're doing is a little.
Was it a
little
lot
bit
more
different.
expensive back then when you'd have to use a helicopter, I'm assuming?
You know, we were using the Cessna aircraft, the little single engine airplanes, so I'd have to hire a pilot and he'd fly me around. So yeah, that was pretty expensive stuff. And every once in a while we get to fly in a helicopter for the really cool stuff, because, you know, if you wanted to get down low, you'd have to fly in a helicopter, because Cessnas, you have to be at least 1,000 feet off the ground.
right. And it's a whole different kind of project, right? Rather than and stuff like that.
Helicopters are nice because you can tell them to stop and back up if you want to, unlike airplanes. Can't do that.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today. What's today's topic, Kenna?
So today we're going to be talking a little bit about virtual tours. I've actually known Daniel because I've worked for him before, and one of the things that I sort of did with him was I would go and find some potential clients doing virtual tours. The virtual tours are super cool, and for those of you that don't know what virtual tours are, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't, Daniel, will you explain that to people?
Absolutely. My simple way of explaining virtual tours, most everyone knows what Google Street View is, where you can go and look around on the street in 360. That's a virtual tour of the outside of the world. We do virtual tours for the inside of spaces. Businesses such as restaurants, retail, apartments, hospitals, doctors, dentists. Anybody that wants to show their space to a potential client can be a candidate for a virtual tour.
So you were talking a little bit about some of the businesses that you've done. What's maybe your favorite business that you've ever shot?
Gosh, you know, my all-time favorite virtual tour I've ever created was, my client was a company called Western River Expeditions, and they're out of Utah, and they guide raft trips down the Grand Canyon. So I got to go down the Grand Canyon on a 10-day rafting tour, capturing 360-degree imagery of the Grand Canyon, ultimately to create a virtual tour of the Grand Canyon to be placed on my client's website for them to show potential rafting clients what the canyon's like, what the trips are like.
Did you go down in a donkey, or how did that work?
No, they have these really cool custom designed rafts. They're 40 feet long, they're 30 feet wide, and they hold 14 guests and 3 guides.
Oh, nice.
And all the food and everything and your camping gear is all on the boat with you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a really cool experience.
So how did they use those videos? Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
We created custom virtual tour experiences where the user can go up on Western's website and they can look at, we didn't just do the Grand Canyon, they guide trips all over Utah, around Moab. And so we did all of their different trips. So people can go and see that one trip might be more family oriented, or like the Grand Canyon, you're going to see this huge white water and these amazing views. And, so there's, people can experience the different trips.
Yeah. I know I was on YouTube the other day and they have like the roller coaster ones you can do. Have you seen those?
Oh, those are super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the project with Western, we actually did 360 video as well. So 360 photo that I capture, I use high quality Canon DSLR equipment. That's definitely not waterproof. So we can't shoot 360s while we're on the river. So I was shooting everything from the camps to the side trips that you stop and you take hikes to these beautiful waterfalls. And so I got to do the great still photography work, and we brought along another partner, a company called 360 Labs out of Portland, and they shot 360 video using multiple GoPro cameras mounted on a 3D printed mount that covers an omnidirectional view. So we captured every single rapid in the Grand Canyon, and you can now go on YouTube. That ultimately got created. We used that content as part of a project called As It Is, and it was advocating for the preservation of the Grand Canyon, because there's multiple developers out there right now that are trying to put trams down into the bottom of the Grand Canyon so you can go down and see it spend your money.
Right.
Yeah.
And virtual tours are different from conventional photography, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because they're dynamic, and you can, navigate easily and look into detail whatever it is that you want to show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A lot of people like to say that they're a magic window into a different world. You use your computer screen or your phone, and you can move around and look into your screen and see all around. So it's really that immersive view that creates really good connections with people.
I think there's a huge potential with that in not only in the entertainment industry, but business. In order to show it's already here. In order to have a fully optimized Google listing,
Yes,
one of the requirements right now is to have a virtual tour that looks decent, that people can spend time on that phone, so Google can catch that algorithm that you're spending time on that image.
Absolutely.
And bumps your post or your business as relevant because there's something to see.
Oh, absolutely. Being one of the first Google trusted photographers in the nation, I know firsthand and have seen really in our case studies that 360 imagery really gets good engagement. People stick around. They're not just scrolling past it, or they click into it. They spend time looking at it. So that's a great engagement number signal to Google. Having a Google 360 tour on your Google My Business listing, even better content. One of the best signals right now is content. Good content. So yeah, 360 tours, and they tell a story. They really are a good way of telling your business's story. Not just showing off your space, but inviting people in, creating a connection with your customer before they even walk in the door. And it's valuable marketing for a business. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely go on the Google listings and look up the virtual tours, and I'll do a walkthrough, to see if I even I'll do it for clothing stores, and I know sometimes they won't be the same clothes, but I'm if I can just kind of get the feel for what you're selling, I'll probably come in.
Yeah, and it's not something that's live. It's something that was photographed. It could be a week ago or 6 months ago. So you're not going to see if it's for example, a clothing store. That's not what they have in stock the day you're going to walk in. But you get the feel for the place. You get the vibe. You get to see if it's your style of place.
Exactly. I see a huge potential doing virtual tours right now, especially in the real estate industry right now. The real estate market, that conventional photography is getting a little bit old, and I think right now realtors should be using virtual tours and video production in order to promote their properties.
Definitely. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a new service out there. It's called Matterport, and virtually, I think it's gaining traction in the marketplace. It's a new way of creating a virtual tour where it involves actually 3D scanning a home. And what that does is it creates a 3D modeled view, so you can get that more immersive view, that if you're actually in a VR headset, you'll be able to see it in 3 dimensions, not just a 2-dimensional photograph.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't you bring like an Oculus Rift?
Yes. Speaking of VR headsets, I brought my Oculus Quest today. I got the Quest. I'm just saying, for anyone that doesn't have a gaming computer, that's the way to go.
Where is it? Let me go get it.
It's right over there. Yeah. Show the people. Show the people. But so Daniel did inform me that you can actually put the virtual tours on the Oculus. Correct?
Oh yeah, yeah. What we create, we can view on any VR headset, from Oculus Quest to Oculus Go to the old Google Cardboards. That was the original VR headset.
Google
Here's your
Cardboards?
stuff, Kenna. There it is.
Yeah. It's off, so I can't say anything.
Hey, well, I'll just put it on and pretend that I'm, somewhere, in like a house or.
But it's funny, I actually
you can look
showed,
around.
they have Google Earth now. Have you messed
Oh, it's
around with Google
amazing.
Earth?
It's one of the best apps in Oculus.
Yeah. I think I showed Andres Google Earth, right? Didn't I show you Google
Yeah,
Earth?
you did show me. Google Earth the other day.
Do you think there's going to be a way to like go into Google Earth and then walk into these virtual tours eventually?
I haven't played around with it. You can do it in Google Earth on desktop. So I imagine you could. It's probably going to be accessible in headset, possibly even right now.
Yeah, that's something we should definitely look into, because that would be cool. Like my roommate's obsessed with Google Earth. Like she'll just go to like different places around the country and
I'm
then just
obsessed with Google Earth. It was crazy the first time we
Most
used like
amazing
the
tool.
Oculus.
Yeah.
Like I went to India like 3 years ago, and I wanted to go back exactly where I was in India
Oh, wow.
3 years ago.
That's such an amazing experience to be able
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, and you're able to do that and walk
have
around.
that capability with just a headset hanging out here in Colorado.
I mean, you can
It's
truly
amazing.
explore the world inside of your bedroom. You don't need an Oculus Rift or an Oculus Quest. You can just do it through your computer, but 360 virtual tours give you that opportunity to really explore and put yourself in
That's
that-
one of
in
the
that
reasons
place.
why I love the medium so much. Is it's a great way to document an environment, whether that be the inside of a business, the Grand Canyon, just about anything. My friend's wedding, I have a pocket-sized 360 video camera that I can take around and capture moments of my life, and then be able to go back and look at them. And it's a great tool, just for the memories alone. I love it.
Yeah, and that's something else I've like told businesses is like, I really like going to conferences. Even just, like I'll tell people, just take me to the conference. I love going, but say if you have a booth, to take the Oculus, and if you could get a virtual tour, you can actually show people the inside of your business when you're traveling.
Yeah.
Say if you're a brewery and you want to go to Brewfest or whatever, you can take the Oculus with you, put it on people so they can see what your brewery looks like, and so they can get a feel of what's going on inside.
That would be so sweet. Seriously, like I think that we're getting there to that era where we're, entering that virtual tour age. Everybody's gonna be, start doing that, because right now on their phone, I don't know which phone it was. I think it was a Samsung, but it already has that 360 camera that you pull up, and then you can
What
just,
phone was that? I remember they tried to do that.
Yeah.
And there's a company that made one that just plugs right into the top of your phone. It's that kind of
I
idea.
did see that one. I'm a little skeptical about the quality though, because it's not the same thing.
That
to do
one's
that.
not very good, but yeah, like the one I use, it shoots 4K video. And I've got the GoPro Fusion, which actually goes up to 5.7K. And that's for the full 360, so you can imagine if you're just looking at one area, it's still not great. We need like 8K video for good VR 360.
To feel like you're there.
But there are cameras out there that are doing that, and also capturing stereo imagery, so they get that 3D data. So when you're in a VR headset, you have the ability to see in 3D. There's some great experiences out there.
So for Thetas, I know you do the Thetas. Can you explain to the people what a Theta is?
Well, Theta is a type of camera, 360 camera,
Uh-huh.
and that's made by Ricoh. It's called a Theta. And we take those, and we call, you know them as Thetas. I call them, what they're really called are tiny planets.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a way of taking a 360-degree photograph or 360 video and distorting it in a way where it makes it look like it's a little planet. You can make a person standing in a park looking like that park is like a grass-covered earth. And so we've really dove right into that, and it becomes great content for Instagram because it becomes a square format image, Instagram doesn't support immersive viewing of 360 imagery as of yet. Facebook does. But for Instagram, we've been able to create these animations with Tiny Planet videos that are really engaging, that take you from, looking at a cocktail on a bar and it pulls out, and then you can zoom and look around in 360 and then come back in on it. And just a really cool distorted view of the world that creates something that's pretty unique to content marketing these days.
Right. And as for now, we don't have that. As of February of 2020, we still don't have that stuff on Instagram yet.
No, they don't support the immersive viewing of 360. Facebook does, though.
But when they do, it's going to change the game for businesses who are using Instagram as their as their main social media platform.
Yeah.
Right now, with the 360 content we're doing, it becomes usable across so many platforms. We publish to Google. We're creating albums of 360 imagery on Facebook. We're creating the Tiny Planets for Instagram. So this one piece of content that we're creating lives on its own. It becomes viable across multiple distribution channels.
So for Facebook, what have you? So when you have the Google 360 views on Facebook, have you seen higher engagement rates?
Yes, absolutely. We've done quite a bit of work. One of my main clients here is a appliance retailer here in Denver, and they've really given me carte blanche to do some fun projects with them. So we've tested out just posting, they do really high-end kitchen vignettes in their showroom. So we took one showroom and created a really high-quality 360 shot of it, took that to Facebook, boosted it. I think we put $200 on it. Engagement numbers were huge. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but I think we did a case study on it, and compared to average click-through rates for still photography, 360 imagery had 3x click-through rate,
Yeah.
which blew the minds of the management at the appliance company. So we continue to do that more and more, and they just find just such good engagement. People love to look at it.
And that's without boosting either. That's just literally people just...
We put a little boost on it, I think $200, so small budget, but it does become organic, and a lot of people share it. And yeah,
because I've seen that for a few of the other businesses that you've done. Like, there's 3 times the amount normally, but that's like without boosting.
Sure. With a lot of our clients that we're doing Google tours for, we'll just take the 360 imagery that we capture and create a new photo album, because it works a lot like still photos on Facebook. You can click on a 360 photo like you would a photo, open it up, but then you get this additional, just using your phone, it'll sense where your phone is and allow you to move your phone around to look in the image. So yeah, we create these photo albums for clients, and yeah, like you've seen, they're getting great engagement rates.
I can only imagine like running an ad with those.
I love the quality that you have on 360 images, but I was going to ask, is there any difference on whether I use a 360 camera or a DSLR camera in order to upload it to the internet? Is it a different procedure, or what do you recommend for people who want to start doing that? There are one-shot cameras today that are doing pretty decent quality. They're still not the greatest. It's comparing like a point-and-shoot camera, or using your cell phone to take a picture, or using one of our nice DSLR cameras. And that's where I focus. My background as a photographer. I'm always striving for great image quality. But yeah, you can definitely do this with a GoPro Fusion, like I mentioned, is a good one. The Ricoh Theta V is another great one. Insta360's got a good camera. I forget the exact model name they've got out, but all of these newer cameras that are out in the last year or so are really upping their image quality, and you are able to share that on social media. The publishing to Google is a little more complicated. You have to, either use the Street View app, or, if you want to be able to offer the service for businesses, you do need to be certified by Google as a Street View trusted photographer. So, there's some barriers, and, some people want to hire a professional to do that. So what did you do to get certified by Google?
Today, the program is currently closed to new applicants. They're retooling right now. I think there's over 5,000 members of the community that are out there certified. Previously, it was, when I first started the program, I actually got a phone call from a guy named David at Google. And it was just out of the blue one day, and he said, "Hey, do you have a few minutes? I want to chat about this new thing we're doing called Google Business View," was the way the program was titled before. and I got brought in to become one of the beta testers for the rollout of the Google Trusted Photographer program, which originally you had to apply, pass testing, and shoot a number of businesses for free, and then you're able to become certified and offer it to businesses. They've kind of automated the process, and it was involved. It got integrated with the Street View app, the Google Street View app. You had to physically publish 50 panoramas to become certified. So once you could go, you could actually publish your Street View photos via the Street View app. You can shoot a 360 with your cell phone. Just click, 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 click all around in 360. So that's how the certification process works now. There's an app that you have to publish a number of images, get those approved, and then you're allowed to use.
Right, but are you required to be certified by Google in order to, promote those kind of services when it comes to fully optimizing Google listing, or it just gives you this insignia that you are, trusted by Google, and that you know how to do your job?
Yeah, you become certified by Google. You're authorized to use the Google Street View photographer branding.
Okay.
And you do need to be certified to use that and to be able to offer, And, if somebody wanted to go out and take photos for a business and offer that to a business, sure, they could do that. But they're not able to use that certification.
Okay, to claim that they are trusted by Google and stuff like that. Okay.
Exactly.
So what are some benefits to getting a Google virtual tour?
Some benefits, okay. Let's see. We always say, you're going to add high-quality imagery to your Google listing. I think is one of the most important things you can continue doing on an ongoing basis. 360 imagery is a great thing to have in your gallery there. That's a great signal to Google that you're continually adding new content. You're telling a story to your customers when they're coming in the door, virtually before they even walk in the door in your brick and mortar. When they're out there in the real world, they're able to connect with your business virtually, and so you're creating a connection with your customer before they even get in the door. That, I think, is a huge bonus for virtual tours. And let's see
I think so also for virtual tours, because I know a little bit about them, believe it or not. I also made a video about Google My Business that anyone can check out. But for virtual tours, another thing that Google really looks at when ranking the map pack is how long you're staying on a Google listing. So when you have a virtual tour, it's not like a photo where you're like, okay, next photo, next photo, next photo. Like, this is like people are walking through, people are looking around. It's like, like you could take up to 30 seconds on looking at a virtual tour. So just having that engagement time is really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, 360s, like we said before, increase engagement time, and that is another signal for.
So any businesses that you think are not using virtual tours and could potentially start using them in 2020? Any trends that you feel that are like, okay, this industry is about to blow up, they definitely need virtual tours?
Oh gosh, we've seen a couple of verticals working really well lately. Medical and dental have been really on the upswing in the past 12 months.
Right, because patients want to know where they're going.
Yeah, people are concerned now. You want a doctor that you feel comfortable with. Right.
Are the bathrooms cleaned? Let's go
bathrooms
check.
Clean.
Yeah, tattoo shops too.
Tattoo shops. Yeah, we've been doing a few of those. Apartment properties have been a big one. These resort luxury communities, or they're resort-like communities that want to show off the amenities to potential renters. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I know, so I was reading something about people having, retail shops getting custom virtual tours where you can put it online and then you can click on something and it'll take you to like a landing page where you can purchase it.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
We create those. I've worked with a number of businesses to do that. Yeah, we can go in and create a custom platform that lives on a business's website, and a user would come and look around, and any product in the environment, you can click on it and it would bring up the webpage with the buy now button for that product.
That's amazing. I absolutely love that, because it's like you are there, but it's like you have like a tour guide that you can ask questions.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, hey, what's this? And then you click on it, and it gives you literally like a description. It pulls everything out, and you can see, you know, what that thing is.
And it's even a great sales tool for the salespeople on the floor in the retail facility. A customer, say, you know, on a weekend when it's really busy and not all the sales reps can handle everyone in the door, this client of mine, they had a couple extra tablets, so they place the tour on these tablets, and if they're busy, they hand a tablet to the customer and say, hey, we'll be right with you, but for now you can learn about all these products. Just walk around with this virtual tour, and they can click on the place they're at in the showroom and look at any product and get information. So it's essentially a salesperson as well.
So let's say somebody's listening here and they own a business. So how do you price the photography work that you do in order to get, you know, a virtual tour going?
Oh, we're very simple on our pricing. You know, it's a one-time fee. We base it on the size of the business for the most part. You know, if you have a small mom and pop little coffee shop, we're not going to charge you the same as a big box Home Depot size store. You know, it's
Is it based on spins and how many times?
Usually it's based on the number of 360 captures that we do. So you can call them 360s or spins or panoramas or panos. They all are basically the same.
All sorts of
individual
names
360 view. They've got lots of nicknames.
Photography and video production industry, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Any cheaper alternatives right now besides, you know, virtual tours?
I mean, there's the low cost. You can definitely go out and get, you know, a 360 camera for under $300 nowadays, and you know, it's going to be fine. It's going to show your space, but it's your business. You know, are you going to want to show your business in the best light? Do you want to use professional imagery? I would, but yeah, if you're on a low budget, definitely consider a single shot 360 camera and play around with it and see what you can do. You know.
Yeah.
I
think it'd be fun to get into that, just like for fun, you know, like start doing some 360s.
Yeah, you know, right now there's some, like, I've even seen on Facebook these live events going on that you just click and it's just like a video, but you can look around.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Live events?
Yeah, live events, like concerts and stuff
we
like
can
that.
Do live
or,
streaming.
you know, conferences. It's like there's a 360 camera mounted there.
Yeah.
Then you can watch it live as it's happening.
Wait, on
and
Facebook?
Yeah, and then
What?
and on YouTube as well. And then you can look around and just like if you're on a computer, you can like drag it with your mouse. But if you're on your phone, you can literally just grab your phone and just like look around, and it's super cool. Yeah. You know, it's like if you were invited to a wedding and you cannot be there, I would love to, you know, have a 360 camera right in the front, you know, right in front of everybody, so you can see the action, even if you're not there.
I did that with my wedding.
You feel like you're sitting there, and that, you know, anybody can do that. You know, can you imagine if you start doing that?
Well, you know, Facebook, because I've heard about this, because they have the Rift, right? So I've heard about that on this, and you can watch like concerts on the Oculus.
NBA does that.
The major sportsman franchises.
Yeah, there's some NBA is doing that right now. They're putting like in the front seats by the court, like right in the middle. They're installing 360 cameras, and then you pay, you know, online to get access to that live video, and you can watch a game right at your house with an Oculus Rift, like if you're sitting in the front row at an NBA game.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, do you know anything about the Facebook? Like, I think Oculus is teaming with Facebook, and they're coming out with like a...
Well, Oculus is owned by Facebook. They're made by Facebook. So you didn't even notice. They don't co-brand it, but yeah,
Google
it's
owns everything.
Google and Facebook own everything.
Yeah. Well, so
yeah, you can do. They do live streaming to events in Facebook, so it feeds into the Oculus headsets.
Well, what do you think is going to be happening coming up in the future? Like, do you see any trends or something that's about to pop off in the 360?
10 years from now,
or even less than that, even like a few, like 3.
I mean, I'm doing a lot of research around augmented reality now. You know, I think that's the next step. That's where Facebook and Google. I don't know. Nobody's really heard of it. If Google's building an AR headset, but Facebook's definitely running that direction. Apple is definitely running that direction, and quickly too. You know, we're going to see the ability to put on a pair of glasses and a lot of people are saying that's going to be the next interface to technology. It's going to replace our smartphones.
It's going to replace your TV.
Yeah.
Seriously,
You won't have to go to work anymore. Like, you can just stay at home and have your meetings, like, on your Oculus. Oh
Yeah, you put on your augmented reality headset, and then you can have as big of a screen as you want, and you can have 14 of them. You know, it doesn't matter.
And people think, and people listening, they're like, oh yeah, that would be nice for my business, but that is too expensive for me. You know, virtual tours certified by Google, they could be, you know, up to $2,000, right?
Sure, absolutely. That's a good price.
But it could be, you know, somewhere between $500 and $1,000, depending on the size of your business too.
Sure, yeah. No, our low price entry rates, you know, $399 for a basic package with just a few.
$399 for a basic package.
Yeah.
That is not bad at all.
No, not at all.
If I own a business and I wanted to, you know, be on Google and fully optimize my Google listing, because what this is going to do to your Google listing is that it's going, since people are spending more time looking at that picture of yours, of your 360 virtual tour, Google is going to catch that algorithm and they're going to be like, okay, there's something to see in this Google listing, which looks that it's fully optimized. So it prioritizes your business above other similar businesses in your area. So instead of being on, you used to be on page 3 of Google. If you have, you know, a virtual tour and you've done things right over time, within 6 months, you can be on the first page of Google on top of your competitors.
Absolutely. Making a virtual tour part of a comprehensive content strategy is crucial. You know, there's no reason not to.
I also read an article saying that I think the return on investment for a virtual tour is like a month.
Doesn't take long.
Which is pretty good.
Google doesn't charge a monthly hosting fee for a 360 tour. You publish it and it's there. You know, it's a one-time fee for me to come out and create that imagery, and then you're on the run. You're running with it. You know, it's not a monthly hosting kind of a deal. Yeah, when we're talking about, you know, product hotspotted, fully customized virtual tours, that's a little more of a developmental cost that we've really spent a lot of time to develop our platform, and there are hosting fees because we're hosting off of Google on cloud services, and so.
But usually, like, the basic packages can be as low as $399.
Yeah, you can come in and get in the door for a low rate, and then the sky's the limit, really.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That just opens a lot of doors to business owners out there who are listening. How do we contact you? You know,
my company is called Trusted Photographer. My website is trustedphoto.com. Come on out and check it out, the website. We've got great samples of our work. We've published I checked yesterday, we're over 18,000 panoramas published to Google.
And you were one of the first, if not the first, people to be certified by Google in the state of Colorado.
I was the first certified in Colorado, and one of the first 35 in the U.S.
Most trusted photographer in Colorado.
It's called Trusted Photo because he is the most trusted.
That's where the name brand came from.
Marketing, man.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
And we congratulate you. Now we're going to step to the second part of our podcast right now, which is called Through the Funnel.
Through the Funnel.
And we're going to be doing some questions. Actually, you can ask me. Let's do this. This time, let's have you ask a question for me or Kenna to answer, and whoever gets it right, the other person drinks.
Yeah, give us a good photography question. Well, even though Andres is an actual photographer, so I'm like, but that's fine. I know some things. I've read a thing or two in my life.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
But let's get the funnel ready.
Putting me on the spot here.
I know.
Let's see.
Here is the funnel. I got it right in my hands. And by the way, if you're listening to the podcast and you want to see what we're doing on video, you can go to YouTube and you can find our podcast there as well.
Look at Post Us Marketing.
Or postusmarketing.com as well, which is our website. And this is the funnel. Let's see who gets to drink a beer.
Oh, I don't think we've mentioned though earlier. So today we're drinking Lone Tree from Lone Tree Brewing Company. It is also a limited series, the Vanilla Caramel Amber. It's super good. I'm way about it. I'm gonna drink this again, probably. Who knows? But yeah, we give it a 5 stars.
Man, I'm not a huge fan. Let me tell you something. I love this beer. It's really good. However, I've never been a huge fan of vanilla caramel. But this one's really good. I'm not gonna lie. And the fact that we're drinking, local beer here in Colorado, it makes me very happy. I don't know if you can see it right here. Here's that beer. Okay, excellent. So what is the question for us?
Coming up with blank here. Let's see.
It can be
Photography.
anything. It could be
Do we want a
the most
technical
basic
question, subject question? Let's see.
Who was the first photographer in Colorado?
Daniel.
How many views has Trusted Photo garnered for their clients on Google?
Wow, that's a very.
I know this.
2 million.
1,300,000.
It's listed. It's an updated number on our website. You can find it under 360 services at trustedphoto.com.
Ken is nervous. I said 2 million.
You're very low.
But so Ken is lower, so she drinks.
Kenna drinks.
Yes. Kenna drinks.
Okay, put that in there. Okay, what was it?
We just passed 190 million views for our clients.
Yeah.
190 million.
And so many times people have seen our clients' imagery on Google Maps.
It's
Google
like half of the
search.
United States.
That is like half the United States.
That is insane. That is crazy.
It's a good number, right?
Hey, well.
So people are looking at 360 imagery. I think so.
Hey, Hey, this is cheating.
What?
Where's the new beer? That's right.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, she's like, oh,
I've
Gotta
never,
go whole beer.
put this through the funnel. She's like almost done with that beer.
I've never gone through the funnel before, so I guess maybe I deserve this.
Yeah, you deserve it.
I bought this more for Andres to drink.
You should have known that answer, Kenna.
I know because oh my god, I should have known that. Oh my god, I haven't done a funnel since.
That's why you need to tune in on YouTube so you can see what we're doing. But so right now I'm going to describe it to you. Kenna is about to
The funnel is
go
full.
through the funnel, and here we go.
Funnel is open.
10, 9, 8, 7.
All right. That was a funnel professional.
Oh, she's done it before.
There's a little bit of foam. I don't believe in foam.
Yay!
Yeah,
Hey, awesome! Yeah,
Awesome.
last episode I got to drink and it was not good. So I feel happy that it wasn't me again.
Oh god. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
It was super fun.
It was great having you, Daniel.
I hope I brought some good knowledge to the table, and you guys really learned a lot about 360.
Oh yeah.
We did, and our viewers did too, so that's good.
Yeah, no, definitely get 360. 2020, we're in a new decade. You got to update. If you've been running your business the same way you've been running your business for the past 20 years, let me tell you something. You're going down eventually.
Get with the program. It's like you either got to adapt or die. That's what animals do. They either adapt or they die, and it's the same thing with business. Adapt or die. The world is just one big, one. It's all interrelated.
It is, and just like nomads, we're just human beings who started, moving from place to place, looking for greener grass. You got to do the same thing for your business, and actually. Nomad and working and traveling around the world is going to be our next podcast here through the funnel. And Daniel, again, thank you very much for being here today.
Daniel has to go do a shoot
Thank
now.
you.
Actually,
I'm off to shoot more.
Even though you were not drinking the beer with us, you were drinking. What were you drinking? Some tequila.
I've got some Cuervo 1800 silver. Kenna's choice. Thank you, Kenna.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well,
wish I
thank
could
you
drink
again.
beer with you guys, but
And cheers to you, Daniel. Thank
tequila's
you.
good anyways. Thank
All right.
you.
Bye.